code 5.
Par 36 responding.
Hey, there's another party. You want to go? This one's kind of lame.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
So who's driving, me or you?
Well, I'm drunk as you, so I think that you should drive.
Alright, man.
Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I mean, I'm barely drunk. I'm gonna get another sip.
Alright, but
Where's this next party at?
nah, it's just across town. It's just not too far.
Alright.
Yeah, meet me at Dairy Queen in like 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll see you there. Do you want to go to the park now? Yeah.
Adam 12, code 5.
Par 36 responding.
No, I'll pull you over, sir. Notice a little swerving. Have you had anything to drink tonight? No. You sure? How about you step out the car for me? Step around to the back of the vehicle. Put your hands on the trunk. Notice a little damage to your car. Have you been involved in any accidents recently? No. There was an accident up the street. Happened about 20 minutes ago. You know anything about that? No. Well, you're slurring your speech a little bit. I can smell alcohol in your breath. You mind doing some sobriety tests? No. Fine, I'm going to have to detain you for now. You're not under arrest. Could you please roll your sleeves up? Alright, have a seat. How's your friend in there doing? He's just I'm gonna head back to the shop and do some tests. You stay put. What are you doing? Please stay put. Stop running!
Breaking news out of McMinnville, Tennessee. 2 teen girls hit by a drunk driver yesterday just before 2 p.m. According to McMinnville Police and EMS, the drunk driver hit the teens head-on, then fled the scene. Police found a suspect half a mile up the road from where they crashed, where he then tried to flee again. Cops have identified this man as James Doe. We just got word that the 2 girls were rushed to the hospital. One later died, the other in critical condition. Currently, the family is asking everyone for prayers. Here to spread awareness as a bystander who witnessed the event unfold. Ma'am, how are you today?
I guess I'm okay given the circumstances.
It truly was a heartbreaking event, but I heard you witnessed the tragedy.
Yes, I did witness it, and it is truly sad that we've lost another person from a drunk driver.
Could you go a little deeper about what it is that you saw?
Yeah, so I was in the parking lot, and I quickly noticed the white Camaro was driving dramatically all over the road, swerving, not stopping, going a very fast speed. Then I also noticed the other car was coming from an opposite direction, meaning they were going towards each other. The other car was driving at a normal rate of speed and following the rules of the road. And I quickly heard and noticed the screeching of the tires, the squealing of the brakes, and then I heard and witnessed the crash itself happen. I was trying to get my phone out to quickly take a photo of the license plate of the Camaro because I noticed that the driver was trying to flee the scene. So when I noticed I couldn't get my phone out in enough time, I rushed over to the car that was still on the scene, and I noticed 2 teenage girls. At that point, I called 911. I myself was freaking out, so there's no telling what they were truly feeling. I got one of the girls out of the car. The other one was stuck in there, couldn't get her out. It was going to be more damage to get her out than it was to keep her in. So once the cops got there, they kind of took me from the scene. I wasn't able to see anymore after that.
That's truly devastating. What can you suggest we change in order to prevent drunk drivers?
So actually, a few years back, I lost one of my best friends from a drunk driver, which led me to do some research. I found out that car producers may start to put sensors in the steering wheels and the seat belts of cars to diagnose a drunk driver before they're able to get on the road.
Do you think these implementations will help prevent death and or injuries in the future?
If they feel that the sensors will work and that they're necessary and that they'll be able to prevent deaths or injuries, I feel that they should be implemented.
Have you done any more research about drinking and driving?
So actually, I read an article and it stated that the most concerning point of a drunk driver is that they are more than likely a repeated offender, whom are people who continue to drive after having their license revoked for a previous DUI, which I honestly feel that that's the truth.
How can someone help raise awareness for the devastations that drunk driving can cause?
I think to help raise awareness, people need to see the harm that drinking and driving truly causes, which could be done, by pictures of injured people from the wrecks, pictures of the cars smashed up, people hurt, videos of the accidents happening, and possibly even interviews with drunk driver victims, being people who were involved in a drunk driving accident, or interviews from people who have lost a loved one or a family member due to a drunk driver, or possibly even an interview from a drunk driver who regrets what they've done and can admit that what they done was not good. As brutally as it may sound, people won't truly understand the consequences of drinking and driving unless they're involved in some sort of way.
Is there truly any way to stop drunk drivers?
I don't think there's a way to prevent drunk drivers. I think that the only way to prevent anything from happening is that you, as a person, do not get in a car while intoxicated.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We wish you the best, and we're so sorry you had to witness such a tragedy.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark Mara, and I'm with McMinnville Police Department, and so I'm over our crash team, and also I'm a drug recognition expert. So I get called out for people that are arrested for impaired driving, and it's not just alcohol, it could be drugs. And then I do an interview with them for about an hour, and I check things like their pulse, blood pressure, pupil size, how they react to light, and many other things. And then from that I can figure out what drug category they're under the influence of. So it comes from crashes, from arrests themselves, and other cases like for child neglect or child abuse. And if the parents are under the influence of drugs or are suspected of it, then I will talk to them as well.
Okay, what are some examples of DUIs that you've witnessed?
Well, luckily not a lot of our crashes are involving impaired drivers. It's a very small percentage, but that small percentage is something that's avoidable. So it's just as bad as if we had a lot of them that are caused by that. Most times impaired drivers, they're the ones that are just driving on the road and they get stopped by law enforcement, or they're at a gas station and somebody notices that they're unsteady on their feet or slurred speech or stuff like that, and then we get called there to those.
How often do they happen?
Well, for the city of McMinnville itself, I would say we probably get one DUI a month, maybe, but maybe, sometimes it just depends on the season. Like, it's kind of funny with alcohol. like before and right after New Year's, we get a lot of impaired driving from alcohol. And it seems like summertime and in the fall break, it's usually medications or illegal drugs.
What is the worst example that you can think of, if you're comfortable, like, talking about it?
Oh, sure. You know, most of the really bad ones that we have, it's because of a crash. So we had one where the person was driving, they hit another vehicle, and it killed somebody. And, you know, and so that family is accounted for that impaired driving. And also the driver that was arrested for the impaired driving, his family is directly affected by it. So it just kind of goes in a big circle where it's kind of like a rumor, you know, everybody starts hearing it, and it impacts people that drove by the crash and seen the fatality, or you know, family members and then friends of family members. So usually the really bad ones are the ones are because of a crash, and every crash is preventable, you know, but impaired driving, those are the ones that are really the ones where they should have not been driving and they just did it. So
what do you think could be done in the future to prevent these deaths?
Well, something like you guys are doing, you know, where you talk to law enforcement or you talk to family members of people that are unaware of what can cause impairment and try to educate them. So our strength for McMinnville Police Department is to educate. You know, we do enforcement all the time, but that's only affecting the person that we stop, right? But we want more people to know what's going on with impaired driving. And, you know, if they're going to be out there drinking, driving, or mixing medications with alcohol, you know, they have to know what their limitations are. And their friends or their family members are hanging out with them should also know that, you know,